Okay, we're done with this one. We sealed up the pods. We added so we sanded the pods down because it was a little bit bumpy from when the customer heated up the pods. So we sanded down the pods, made it nice and even. We added foam deadener between the pod and the fairing. We ran all the tweeters active. We ran all the tweeters on channel 1 and 2 of the first Sound Digital evox 800.4. So the 4 tweeters inside the diamonds, so the 4 diamond horns, the 2 in the fairing and the 2 in the 6 lines in the back, and also the 2 firing down beneath the radio or wired on channel 1 and 2. We're running a Rockford DSR1 DSP. The channels 3 and 4 on the first 800 run the 2 fairing speakers, which are the diamond 6.5 coax, and the rear 6x9s, we bridged the second 800.4, so we'd get a decent amount of mid bass coming out of the 6x9 since he's not running any mid bass drivers in the back. So this is a 4 speaker setup, 2 6.5s, 2 6x9s, and we ran the horns on the channel by themselves. We ran them active, so this thing sounds phenomenal. So we have 6 horns, 2 6.5s, 2 6x9s, no loss of bag space at all, 2 Sound Digital evox 800.4s. This bike sounds great. Customer heated up these pods. It didn't heat evenly and it caused like big bumps. We're gonna sand that smooth and add some sound deadener. Okay, we grinded it flat. Now, the customer did the right thing by heating the pod, but this is exactly why we prefer to cut it instead of heating it, because as we were trying to tune the bike, we were getting a little vibration and resonance. So we took it apart. The magnet was actually touching the pod. So when we heat the pods, we add a piece of 1/4 inch wood. So as we heat it, stretches it out. And once you remove the wood, it gives you a 1/4 inch gap between the pod and the speaker. Here you can see the speaker is directly touching the pod. We just grinded it out to make it flat. So now we're gonna add sound deadener to cover that up. And the sound deadener that we use has foam on the outside, so the plastic pod doesn't come in contact with the fairing, and it's much quieter. So these are the speakers that he's running, the diamonds, which have a huge magnet, just like the Behemoths do. If you're running a ground zero coax or mats, you can heat the pod because it's not gonna go as deep. If you notice, the magnet in the mats does not go as far back as the magnet of the diamond or the Behemoth. So you can heat the pod if you want, just make sure that the magnet's not coming in contact with the plastic like this, because you will get vibration and resonance. So now we're gonna remove this section here, and then we're just gonna cover this section in sound deadener to seal it back off, and then everything's good to go, no more resonance. So whenever you're doing a really deep speaker like this one, or that one, you're better off cutting the pod than heating them. So now we have the hole sealed up, and we have nice cushy foam to go between the pod and the fairing. Pretty good for a bike with no subs. No subwoofers on this thing. You gotta be impressed with that. 4 speaker bike, no mid bass drivers, 2 6.9s, 2 6.5s.